Welcome back, friends. Today we have the second video where we little more talk about the PowerShell commands and how can you find a command, and also what are all the commands available in PowerShell, etc. So this is actually the agenda for this particular video. So hope you will enjoy the video, and also it will be helpful for you. So to start with, we open the PowerShell. Okay, as we already told in the first video, always run as administrator. So we have the PowerShell started. Okay, now about the PowerShell commands. So it is very easy to understand that the PowerShell command always actually contains a verb and a noun. It is differentiated actually with a hyphen. So this is the thumb rule when you talk about any commands actually in PowerShell, right? So for example, now we already discussed yesterday or in the last particular video that we have the stop or start whatever the service, right? So we will take this an example now, and where you can see as I mentioned, so stop actually is the verb, right? And also the service is actually nothing but it's a noun. So it's a combining actually about these two with a hyphen. So this actually will become a commandlet in PowerShell. So if you think about any particular Windows PowerShell command, so just keep this actually as a thumb rule in mind, that it will always actually have a verb and a noun. In between actually there is a hyphen. So these two actually will make you to understand easily how actually a Windows PowerShell command looks like. So that is about the first topic. So any command if you take actually get service is also similarly same way, and that is how actually all the commands looks like. So that is a very important one would like to tell you. Okay, so I'll just mention, let it go off. Okay, yeah, so going back to the topic, so the first actually the important command in PowerShell, that get hyphen command. So this command always you keep it in mind that in any particular module in PowerShell, so this command actually is actually very much useful in various scenario where when you are working actually with the PowerShell. So here currently we don't have any extra modules installed at present, so I just actually have the default Windows commandlet, Windows PowerShell commandlet. So all commands actually we have, this many commands actually we have inbuilt. So get command will give you the result of what are all the commands actually available so in this particular session, right? So this is the important command. So any case if you would like to see what command is available, so it will be easily actually you will be able to find the command from the list. So to start with, so now how can you actually, I already we have mentioned that it contains actually a verb and also a noun in the last. So first with a verb and then hyphen and the noun. So how can we get actually or try to find actually a command which is available in the list? So it is very hard actually to go one by one and see what command is available. So to make sure that actually how we can search in this particular list, so it is very easy that we can have multiple methods, especially 3 methods we can have. So let us make actually first method, which is where we need to use actually a command, actually not a command, there is a key where which is called pipe. So You might have actually seen in your keyboard just above the enter key and just below the backspace, which is with the shift. If you press that, so you will get a pipe symbol, and this is actually we will be talking more about, because this is not a simple one. So this is a very powerful one where we need to use in multiple scenarios. So currently we talk about just what exactly the pipe. So pipe is actually just for linking or linking two commands, you would say. So now we can have actually the get command in the left side of the command, I mean left side of the pipe, and right side we will give more. So you already would have understand actually what exactly we are talking about here. So this is similar to the command prompt. When you give pipe and more, so what it will do actually, within the screen whatever possible, it will just list out and then it will just stop, and it will just add a more button here. When you click on the enter, it will go and show you the next command one by one, right? So this is one of the method where we can find the commands in the which is installed and which is available here, and you can just keep on pressing the enter button, and until the last command it will just go one by one, so that you don't have to scroll the screen, but you can just read one by one. So which is the first method where we can, how can we find it. And at any point you can just close, or you can just stop this particular command by pressing Ctrl C, so that it will just stop actually, and you will be back to the PowerShell window. And one more thing, important thing, I can tell you that I just actually not told actually the previous session, but one method also where we can use the command prompt as an administrator, and from here you can again just type PowerShell. You will be actually open with a PowerShell, and it is actually the same as the other window. So you can see whatever loaded here are also same as actually the other one, but only the interface is actually different. So this way also you can load a PowerShell. So just for your information, so you can do any method whichever is easy for you, only the interface is actually looks different. Here it is blue and here it is black, so nothing major difference here. So it is actually again same PowerShell is loaded, and you will work similarly as the other screen. So I'm just closing this and we'll continue here. So the second method is actually the get command, and you can see here we'll remove the pipe, and we will use another method where verb. So here we are actually planning to get a command from the list where actually the verb, you know something about what will be the starting of the command. So let us say we have get command and also maybe stop command, whatever lot of commands we have. So let's say I would like to know which is starting with the get as a verb. So when you enter this command, so it will list out all the commands which is starting with the get, and if you would like, you can also use actually the wildcards, so which we will be discussing today. And first thing we'll continue here, and if you would like start, you can see here all these commands are actually starting with start and with a different noun. So this is how also if you are aware about the first command, the verb, so then you can easily list out using this particular method. So how many commands we have with that particular verb. So using that we can select accordingly for your requirement, then you can actually start working on that. So similarly we have another option where it is noun. So the same way how we talked about the verb, and similarly using noun also you will be able to search actually or filter actually the list of commands. So for example, now let's say service. I know the service, so all these commands are actually ending with the service, which is a noun, and the verb you can see which is different. So this way also you will be able to find actually the commands. So we discussed today about 3 types of methods where we can use where we can filter or list out the commands available. So one is using more just after a pipe, and the second one is about a parameter called verb, and then another one is called a noun, and then whatever the noun or verb whichever you know, so you can enter that and then it will list out actually the commands. So these are the 3 methods actually how you can list out the commands in PowerShell. Now let's talk about the get host, which is a important or maybe useful command actually. So get -host. So why I told it is important, because in future classes or in future tutorials we may be using actually when during a scripting, so which is again useful. So that is the reason I mentioned that is a useful and important one. And in this case, get host actually listing all information whatever available here, so which is specifically this is giving about the host. I mean that means the PowerShell related information. So in this case here actually it is talking about mainly we need the name and the version, which version of PowerShell we are using here. So if there are any newer versions are available, you can get it upgraded, and in this version it is actually using 5.1 and 18362 is the version. So this is one of the important command where which will be useful in future. And the next topic we are talking about how to use tab, right? So tab button, you know, in the keyboard. So how we can use it? So when we have seen, and we have seen in the previous session tutorial also, we actually used the tab, right? So specifically when you start actually working on in PowerShell, so for example now get hyphen, and if you press the tab button, it will list whatever the commands available actually after get hyphen, and keep pressing actually the tab button, so it will display one by one all the commands here, and you can pick any one of them whichever you need based on your requirement. So once this is actually selected, right, so get certificate, or maybe let us go for maybe get service, right, so it will be easy and you will be able to understand easily. You can type any characters, how many characters, whichever the characters you know after the command, so it will display the rest of the things which is available in the list. So that is first thing. And then get service. So you know this is a PowerShell command, and how we can work with this particular command. So we have seen previously the parameters. There are multiple parameters are actually related or available actually in each command. So how can we get the parameter details? So we don't know what exactly the parameter is available for this particular command, right? So after the command, just give a hyphen, and then you can just press the tab button. Keep pressing the tab button, where it will list out or it will display all the available parameters. So in this case you can see get service, and there are multiple options here available. So where we can see the our buffer, pipeline variable, name, computer name. So you can for example now if it is a name, right? In previous example we have taken actually the spooler, so we can say name is spooler and minus you can say computer name. So this is actually the very easy way where we can read the command. So getting a service called spooler from a computer name. So here you can say it's a local host, that is nothing but the local PC. So I just entered, so you can see the details here. So the spooler service is in status is running and display name is print spooler and the name is spooler. So this is what actually the result we get when we tried to get the get service. So similarly we can have multiple parameters actually included. So is it a required service actually? So whatever the required services actually related to this particular spooler service are this one. So this way we can have multiple parameters related to the command, and we can get multiple information, or we can fetch multiple information from the local PC or from the remote computer. So this is how actually we can use the tab. Now going to the next one, so which is actually how to use a wildcard. So wildcard is nothing but the star and whatever along with we can use it. So all the special characters which we can use, which is called a wildcard. So in this case we can say star and also the exclamation mark. So we will be displaying about these two mainly now. So we can use anything, actually any wildcard here. So which is specifically we are using mainly star, right? So which is nothing but this way. For example, now get service. So here it is start, or we can say here minus verb, sorry, as a comma get service, and here you can say you can use actually in the starting or ending, any place you can use actually the wildcard. So here I don't know how many services are actually running or how many services are available using or starting with letter S. Let us try with S. So here if you have any other names, so you can do it. So in this very easily we can find out which and all the services are actually the name starts with S. So another example, I just gave here in the first time I just gave only the directly, I just gave actually the S star. So we will talk about in the upcoming videos about this particular part, because where it's a mandatory parameter or if it is a non-mandatory parameter. So here this is not a mandatory where we need to specifically mention about name. So if you have not mentioned about name, then automatically that will be taken as name, it will consider as name. And then because it's a position is that way, we will talk about later, so don't get confused. So here first thing is actually about hyphen service, get hyphen service and name, and if you give yes star, and it will give the same result. So in this case two way we can actually pass two ways we can execute the command, but it will give the same result. So it's a tricky way where we can use in your script also when we grow, actually when we learn more about scripting. So it depends on your idea, so you can use actually any method. So this is actually how can we use it. So talking further, then here we are talking about only S actually. So here let us say we want to know which is starting with the ST. So here we can see the services which are starting with str3 services. And also we can have multiple parameters you can pass actually, as mentioned. So you can do it in a computer name, which is a remote computer we can mention, and also the dependent services actually related to this also we can get it. And also we can have actually the include, we'll talk about later. So verbs also we'll discuss later. So all these will be discussed later. So we have different sessions actually upcoming, so let us not get confused. So we'll go with the simple ones. So here we can have this way. So for example, another one where we can we don't know what exactly. So in this case we'll take this particular service, right? So here SMS router or anything which is having two words, and you don't know what exactly the first one. So you know only router. So I would like to know one service actually running with a router, but I don't know is it's actually in the middle or starting or maybe in the end. So in this case what we can do is we can put a star in the starting, and then we'll put router and star. So you can see there are two services are actually running with a router, and where it is the ending as a starting with the SMS and also the AJ router and SMS router. So there are two services are actually running with these two names, and this way also we can use a wildcard. So anything is actually depends on your idea, so you can use it. So and also depends on your requirement. So that is about the wildcard, how can we use it. And then the last one we discuss about how to combine two commands. So we discussed actually in the in the starting. So stop -computer is one of the command, and you can have actually two methods. One is about combining two commands actually is different methods are there. So first thing is about using a pipe. So we have seen more is actually one of the method where we can combine two, it is not a combining, we would say it is actually joining two commands, one output of the first command which is passing to the next one for the let us say in another way. So so get service is the one command, and here more is actually another one, but more is not a standalone command, right? So here more will not work standalone, so it need an input. So input is actually coming from the get service. So get service is actually will give some result, and that result will be used for as an input for the next command. So this is how actually one method of combining and in a standalone command method. So this is first thing. And another method we can say it's a dotted comma, we call as semicolon. So that is one of the command that is another method which is very much useful in all the scripting. So when we are writing, actually end of every command or every line you need to mention the semicolon, and that will actually saying the script that it will just go and execute the next line when the first line is actually completed executing. So that is important one. So let's say stop okay, so now let us say so let's take a command as start sleep. So you know start sleep is nothing but the command prompt, I mean the PowerShell prompt, actually the console will sleep for the time what we mentioned here. So it will not take any action until that particular time period, then it will just go and execute the next command whatever we give afterwards. So start sleep we can give in multiple scenario, where an example that, for example, now you would like to do some task actually in the first portion of the command, first portion of the script, and in later stage in the second portion of the script you would like to wait for the first set of commands to run and complete successfully. Then you want to execute the second set of commands, where the first set of commands may take some time to complete it. For example, now let us say to stop a service. So stopping multiple services will take different timing. Maybe some of them will be faster, some of them will be slow. So you can have a buffer time actually set, and for a sleep method, so it will wait for that much time to execute the next command after the sleep. So here start sleep actually having the parameter called the seconds, and if you want you can have millisecond and also second. So these two methods you need to calculate. So for example, now how many seconds, if you want some minutes, then that you have to convert into second, and then you need to give that particular seconds here. So now let us say 60 seconds, and it's a semicolon. Then I'm just giving a restart computer, or let us say instead of restart computer, so let's say get date. So simple way. So what it will does, I'll just execute this, and you can see here it is just in an idle state, so it doesn't do anything actually, and you can see it is just a blinking cursor, and it will just wait for 60 seconds. Then it will go and execute actually the second command, which is called get date. Just after 60 seconds it will execute the second command. So anything you can give in this way, and this is how actually the scripting, when we start the scripting, every line you will have a semicolon followed by the next command in the next line. So you can have in same line or maybe in multiple lines, so up to you. But when you are writing a script as a standard way, so we will write actually in multiple lines. So here we can wait for 60 seconds, then it will just go and execute the second command, and multiple scenario you can use it actually, so when you are doing the scripting. So let's wait for 1 minute to complete. Yeah, so this is completed, and you can see it's executed the second command, right? So you can have again colon, again start sleep for seconds, again 5 seconds maybe, and then what we can do here again, you can give another command called get service, an example. Then you can have a wildcard, or maybe whatever you can give here, get service minus name, start with the S or whatever, A we can give. Okay, start with the A star. So if you want, you can give it in quote as a standard what we talk about. So let us reduce actually here the first one maybe 5 seconds, and you can do this. So it will wait for 5 seconds and it will give a date, then again it will wait for 5 seconds, then it will just list out these services starting with the A. So this is how actually it will list out, and then this way, this particular method you can use it in multiple methods, so where we can actually combine different commands. So hope you understood actually how we can work with the commands which is installed on the machine, and how can we get the commands, and also how can we filter the commands based on the verb and noun, and also the get host, and also how to use the tab, and also wildcards, and also merging two commands actually in a two or more commands actually, how to combine and execute. So it is not necessary as a last step here. So it is not necessary actually. We need to use the sleep button here, I mean sleep command here. So instead we can have anything. It is just an example actually, just to show you. So you can have actually get date, then here so get time zone, maybe get service, maybe here we have multiple A. Okay, start with the B maybe. So if you see here, so you can see the date and also the the time zone, and then it will actually display the services. So you can have anything actually, depends on your requirement. So it is just an example I showed you. So hope you have enjoyed this video, and also you got something actually valuable or something useful. So if you like this video, please like, and also share your feedback, and also any requirements or any feedback if you would like to improve something in the videos and include more. And continue watching, and we'll catch up with the next video, and thanks for watching.